As I'm sure you've already seen on the YouTube sphere, I'm sure you've already noticed the barrage of videos that are centered around Anthony Joshua in the aftermath of the Usyk defeating Anthony Joshua fight after. You know what I mean? As you all know by now. Spoiler alert, although the title already gave it away. You shouldn't be on YouTube searching the results if you don't want to get spoiled, I guess. But Usyk defeated Anthony Joshua. I had to fight about 8 rounds to 4. I felt it was a very clear victory for Usyk. I do not in any way, shape, or form see in any way having it any worse than 7-5 Usyk, in my opinion. You could have it wide even. I thought Usyk boxed spectacularly. I thought Usyk did a great job. Before I get to Usyk, I want to say what I started with. So you're going to see a lot of videos making this about Anthony Joshua. Oh, Anthony Joshua didn't do X, Y, and Z. Anthony Joshua should have done X, Y, and Z. Why didn't Anthony Joshua do this? Why didn't Anthony Joshua do that? Oh, Anthony Joshua should have done this. Anthony Joshua would have done this if he could have done this. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm a firm believer in causal effect. And what Usyk was doing is what prevented Joshua from doing anything that could have been, could have helped him, win the fight. This is not about what Anthony Joshua didn't do. This is not about making it an indictment on Anthony Joshua. This is not about anything other than it being Usyk's night, becoming a unified champion by pulling off the upset against Anthony Joshua. Spectacular performance. The Ukrainian revenge, as you all know, Joshua defeated Vladimir Klitschko. Long reigning champion, right? But he stopped him, right? And that ended the career of Vladimir Klitschko. Now, he's not the one who ended the reign. That was Tyson Fury, but nonetheless. Great performance because now he avenged his countrymen. But most importantly, he added to his legacy. He's now an undisputed cruiserweight champion. 2-time gold medalist, as well as the heavyweight champion of the world. Credit to Usyk, who passed on Bridgerweight. Said, Bridgerweight? Nah, bro. Move out of the way. I want to fight those guys. Oh, but Bellew said they're too big. It doesn't matter. They're not that big. You know what I mean? They're not that big. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, said Joe Louis. The bigger they are, the slower they are sometimes. The bigger they are, the more they huff and they puff, and that's what AJ did. He huffed and he puffed, and no house got brought down. Usyk looked spectacular in this fight. The question is, will all of AJ's horsemen and all of AJ's men ever put AJ back together again? Don't know. The journey of Anthony Joshua will be interesting to follow, right? We'll follow his journey now. We'll see what the next chapter takes him. Will be a rematch with Usyk? More than likely it will. Will there be some problems in the negotiations? Does Usyk want to go again to the backyard of AJ? Is he kind of done doing that? He's now the heavyweight champion of the world. So we will see where that journey takes him. But what I do know is I could guarantee you with how fickle, with how negative, with how vengeful boxing fans are that none of them, okay, or very, very few boxing channels are actually talking about how great Usyk looked, but rather how bad AJ looked. I see E.J. Smith on Twitter talking about how he's so disappointed on AJ and he was taking selfies and this and that. And well, look, man, at the end of the day, AJ is who he is, right? He was who he was before the fight, and he didn't lose because he took selfies with Usyk. He lost because he got outboxed by Usyk. It was a technical fight. That's Usyk's game, and that ring generalship of Usyk is what dictated the pace of this fight. It's what put control. That's how he controlled this fight. He was the ring general in there. He was the one landing the cleaner, crisper shots. And it wasn't just that. It wasn't just the skill. It wasn't just that. It was also his tenacity, his grit, because he did take a big right hand in the middle of those rounds against AJ, and then he just stood there. AJ kind of looked like he gave him a little smirk for a moment. Like, you're still here? Everybody kept saying he's a little itty bitty little dude. They said he's 6'3", same height as Muhammad Ali. Oh no, but now they're giants. Tony Bellew said these guys are giants. I mean, Tony Bellew was against Usyk fighting these big guys. He was all for creating a new division for the little dudes, right? Well, how do you like me now? Do we still need another division? Now, let me also say this. While I did officially pick, we could only pick one person, right? So I officially picked AJ to win this fight. I did. The early rounds went just like I thought they would. The middle rounds, AJ did better, but he didn't quite take over like I thought he would. And the later rounds, it was Usyk, who that high pace, making it that high pace of a fight, tired out AJ late. And credit to those that picked Usyk to win, who actually officially picked him. While I did feel that there was a really good chance that could happen. Remember, I had it, my projection was around 60-40%. Like I've been giving Usyk a good chance to win for months now. When people wouldn't even whisper it, okay? Some people got brave last minute, but at the end of the day, I've been an advocate for Usyk participating at heavyweight, allowing him to fight these big guys and saying that he definitely has a shot against them. He definitely can beat them. He can hurt them. And we saw that tonight. And while the unknown of how he was going to look at 225 pounds was there and made me hesitant to pull that trigger, I now know how good Usyk is. And I know that I've always known when he was the truth. I just wondered if the truth could carry weight with him. And it did. It looked like he kept his speed and gained a little bit of power. And now he's got confidence to come along with it. So I think it's fair to say that Usyk has to be considered as one of the best fighters in the world. Now, I don't put heavyweights in pound for pound list. That's me. Okay? When you're the heavyweight champion of the world, you don't go on the pound for pound list. But people are breaking the rules nowadays, whatever. Like it wasn't meant for heavyweights, but people are doing it anyway, whatever. Okay? Cool. But you have to put respect on Usyk's name now. Which I want to finish with this. This is not about what Joshua did and do. That's what I started telling you guys at the beginning of this video. This is about what Usyk did, what Usyk accomplished, what Usyk did to Anthony Joshua. Why does this have to be about, this proves AJ's a terrible fighter? Why? Well, why can't it just be, this proves Usyk is a good fighter? Listen carefully to people. Listen carefully to their takes. Okay? Be very careful. Be very careful to listen to their takes. And their take is just to shit on Anthony Joshua and give Usyk no credit. And by the way, full credit Usyk, he did his thing, but Anthony Joshua just, didn't fight too good. Or Anthony Joshua, he just isn't that good. He's overrated, right? If they're making this an anti-AJ, if it's most like in my opinion, this should be mostly about Usyk and what Usyk did. That's what this should be about. This is not about what Anthony Joshua didn't do. Okay? That's not what this is about at all. Understand? It's about what Usyk did. That is a lesson for everybody on how to acknowledge when someone wins. And a lot of people out there owe Usyk a big apology. I saw people saying things like, Usyk has no shot. And you saw in that 12th round that even though he was clearly winning that fight, Usyk showed that tenacity of trying to stop AJ late in that fight because he's a winner. That's what he is. That's what he is. So even if he was behind and that he would have tried to win. He stood in the line of fire and he took shots. And he took a lot of shots that a lot of people didn't think he could take. That I kind of had reservations about him taking. But he took them. And he deserves credit for that. And I could humble myself and I could say, you, sir, proved me wrong. Because even though I was not as far in as some other dudes saying you were going to get destroyed, I was wrong about not picking you to win this fight. And you won this fight. Usyk is the best heavyweight until proven otherwise, in my opinion. Okay. No, but okay, well, we will see. Let's see how Fury looks after the Wilder fight or vice versa. And we will continue the conversation. That's just my opinion. Okay. Because any reservations I've had have already been answered. And a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that realization. They just don't. People want to lick their wounds and make it about how, you see, AJ, you should have took the fight with Wilder when you had the shot. Now you've been embarrassed and lost, right? But I still remember the people that yes, were just shitting on Joshua and not giving Ruiz credit. Now the same thing's going to happen here. For those that are acknowledging Usyk's victory, and what great victory it was, in order for it to be a great victory, you have to acknowledge that AJ is a really good fighter. Unfortunately, that is not the take of a lot of other YouTubers out here. Their take is AJ's a trash fighter, and he lost to a subpar dude in Usyk. Well, that is a trash analysis that I'm not going to subscribe to, and I need to voice out about. That's just me. Right? So I get it. Go ahead. Have your fun. Okay? Trample on the dude. No, I get it. I will still support Anthony Joshua. I still think he's a good fighter. Anthony Joshua might be the second best heavyweight in the division for all you know. Right? I think he could make some adjustments and have a better shot against Usyk. But in a rematch, I will pick Usyk to win. Because now I just know things. I know Usyk looks good at 220 pounds. I know he could still move. And I know that despite what the zone was saying and the commentators, he ain't going to get tired. He still has that engine. And that engine, he might have gone from a V6 to a V8. All right. But it still runs good. And he may have more pounds and weight on it. Right. He's gone from being a pickup to like a full-fledged tank now, okay, to fight these bigger tanks. But at the end of the day, the engine still holds up and it can still go hard for 12 rounds. That pace is going to be extremely difficult for a lot of fighters to keep up with in this division. It just is. And the fact that I think he gained a little bit of power and kept the speed means that this dude is a problem. Okay? I just want to remind everybody there was people questioning whether or not he can beat Chisora. There's people that said, oh, Chisora's going to overwhelm him. He's an itty-bitty little dude. He's going to stop him, right? I felt he would have beat Chisora. Like, I confidently picked him. I also, by the way, I'm on record saying that Usyk would have beaten Joe Joyce. I still feel that way. Okay? I do. Usyk's a problem. Give him his flowers, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Give him his flowers. With that said, this is DStyleBoxing. Keep it boxing. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you like the content in my take. I'm out. Peace out, guys.